In the previous video, we managed to crawl our way up to Calamitas only using the firepower of, well, fire. But you see, the older sister, Miss Supremo Calamitasmo, is quite angry with us, meaning that we have to take her out. So, will Boio be able to beat all of Calamity using flamethrowers? Well, let's find out. Continuing where we left off, we beat Calamitas, and our next boss that we have to take out is Golem. I went straight over to Golem's temple, and using the Havoc's Breath, which is actually a flamethrower that you can get from Cataclysm, I think it is, which is one of the twins of Calamitas, we managed to summon in Golem and absolutely decimate this boss. We managed to get ourselves a pickaxe axe, so I took his altar and brought it all the way back to spawn. Devious lick. I went over to the jungle in order to get myself some plague cell canisters because I needed to craft myself a brand new set of ranger armor. I also, after this, went over to Skeletron's dungeon, farmed out some ectoplasm, and then proceeded to craft myself a full set of plague reaper armor. This is the next best armor set that we can get, I think pre-Moonlord, so it was gonna carry us all the way up until like the real start of Calamity. While at spawn, I decided to defeat Golem a couple more times, and then I went over to the ocean in order to challenge the Leviathan and his very, may I say, attractive looking fish girlfriend. Upon defeating the Leviathan, we actually got access to a brand new flamethrower. So now we had the Terra Flame Burst and a flamethrower called the Tuna Breath Blaster. This is from the extra flamethrowers mod, so it's not a part of real Calamity, but this flamethrower was kind of underpowered regardless, so it wasn't really worth using. I was testing it out on Golem, and honestly it was like very pathetic, and I could probably just continue using the Havoc's Breath because this was truly horrible. After all of this, I decided to go and fight Ravager for some undisclosed reasons that I truly do not remember, but after defeating the Ravager, we got the Rook of Vengeance, which was a brand new flamethrower that I thought would be far better to take out the Lunatic Cultist with. So, using this flamethrower, we absolutely demolished the Lunatic Cultist and then went out to take all of the pillars. I started off with the Nebula Pillar first. I went to go take out the Solar Pillar. After the Solar Pillar, we went to go take out the Stardust Pillar next, and after taking out the Stardust Pillar, we took out the Vortex Pillar last. And upon defeat of the Vortex Pillar, our screen started shaking very rapidly, meaning that Moonlord was about to spawn in. I quickly ran all the way back to spawn, and then using the Rook of Vengeance, I attempted to defeat Moonlord. We significantly damaged his right eye, and then I tried to go for his main eyeball because, you know, I really dislike that laser, and that laser does crazy damage. We had to take that one out as fast as possible, but we managed to take out all three eyes, and before being able to take out his core, my nurse died. I couldn't cheese Moonlord with the nurse anymore, so I ended up dying. Yeah, I'm pretty good at the game. Anyways, I tried fighting Moonlord again, and I died again, so that was loads of fun. And then I decided to try and fight Astrum Diaz. I also died, kind of like unsurprisingly, but that's because I wasn't trying, okay? So I went for Moonlord one last time, and this time we actually managed to defeat him, putting us into the real start of Calamity, you know? Like where the real fun begins, where the bosses actually get difficult. Anyways, I used the funny onion to give myself an extra accessory slot, and now we needed to go and craft Vortex armor. The first thing I did is I went to the jungle and fought the Plague Reaper Goliath. Is that what his name is? I really hope it is. We took out the Plague Reaper Goliath, and then I went over to the ice biome in order to fight Cryogen, because you need cryonic ore and like all the different various types of ores to get yourself like almost everything in Calamity. So this was just like one of the many things that we're gonna need. So, you know, Cryogen is kind of like a necessary boss if you want to beat Calamity, but I kind of forgot to fight it, so I had to fight it now. Anyways, once Cryogen was defeated, we blessed our world with cryonic ore. We love cryonic ore, and then I went mining for cryonic ore, and once I got cryonic ore, I also got myself some souls of Yulum, or whatever the frozen ones are called, right? Crafted myself all three bars. The perennial is, dude, Calamity stuff is so hard to pronounce. I got perennial bars, I got the underwater bars, what are those, like molten, you guys know what I'm talking about, and cryonic bars, so we can craft ourselves some life alloy. I got myself perennial, cryonic, and scoria bars to craft myself some life alloy, because that's essentially necessary in like every Calamity crafting recipe beyond Moonlord. So yeah, we're gonna need a lot of these items. I crafted myself a bunch of fancy accessories such as you know, better boots, better shoes, right? Because of course Calamity, right? And during this, I also made myself a brand new flamethrower out of 5 Galactica Singularity, the Meow Thrower, the Blight Spewer, Havoc's Breath, the Terra Flame Burster, and 5 Luminite bars called the Elemental Eruption. Eruption. This is a post Moonlord flamethrower that was actually pretty good. I mean, you'd hope it'd be good, right? Post Moonlord. Anyways, it did 77 damage and it had a 90% chance not to consume gel. I mean, we basically have unlimited gel, but it's the thought that counts. I came down to the underworld and then went farming for Unholy Essence. You know, Unholy Essence, we need that to craft the meatballs, right? In order to fight, what's her name? Providence? Right? We love Providence, but that's my favorite boss. I hate Providence. Anyways, I fought the Brimstone Elemental while I was in hell, and after this, I went to go fight the Leviathan again. I think I needed some resource in order to craft myself more accessories, but after I came back, I got myself full Vortex armor, and now I was ready to fight the meatballs. I mean, the Profane Guardians. I went to the Hallowed Biome during daytime, and using the Elemental Eruption, we took out one meatball, took out the other meatball, then he got angry, started spewing his little shots, and then I took out the last meatball, putting them to rest. Anyways, it was almost time to fight Providence, and without gearing up at all, I decided, hey, like, I think I'm pretty powerful enough. I have the Elemental Eruption. I think I could probably take out Providence, yeah. Can you guys guess how this went? Well, I'm gonna tell you right now, not so well. I ended up dying my first time, but using the courage of the fact that we recently hit 150,000 subscribers, thank you, press subscribe so we can hit 200k, I decided to re-challenge the goddess, and we actually managed to take her out. I really love the death animation. It is absolutely spectacular, and all the death animations in Calamity 1.5 is that like what the new update is called, or just spectacular. I love them. Thank you, devs. It's beautiful. Mwah. There's a kiss for you. Anyways, after Providence, we had to craft ourselves a brand new set of armor, and we also got the Rune of Cost, which we can summon in the Sentinels of the Devourer. Ooh, that sounded so cool. Of course, before this, we needed to actually craft ourselves a brand new set of armor, and so I went over to the jungle in order to get myself some life crystals first, and upon coming back to spawn, I went to go and craft myself Terragon armor. See, I could only craft the helmet by this point because I didn't have enough of the Eula Bloom ore, and along with this, I still needed more materials to craft myself the last piece, which was the chest plate from Providence. So I had to challenge Providence one more time, and upon defeating the goddess, I used the items that she dropped to craft ourselves a full set of Terragon armor. We are now nearly ready to fight the Sentinels. Of course, I needed a little bit more help from accessories, so I got a bunch more accessories that help the Ranger class, and then I went to go fight Stormweaver. I flew up to space, summoned him in, and faced an epic battle against him. I love the fact that it snows now, and there's like a whole rainstorm. I don't know if that was in previous Calamity versions, but this was absolutely awesome. Anyways, using the Elemental Eruption, which is a post Moonlord weapon taken, so we were hugely underpowered. We managed to absolutely demolish Stormweaver, putting him to rest and letting us take out the other two Sentinels. I also got a brand new flamethrower from Stormweaver called the Cosmic Firestorm, which is a flamethrower that can cycle between 3 different types of fire. Anyways, using the Cosmic Firestorm, I challenged Cygnus. This was a pretty easy boss fight. I genuinely think that one is the easiest out of the 3 Sentinels, and then I went to go to the dungeon in order to defeat the Ceaseless Void. Once again, I think they nerfed the Ceaseless Void because this boss used to be difficult, like stupidly hard, and now it's not even that bad, right? So we took that out, and now we were ready for the big DOG, the Devourer of Gods, that is. Do you know what else devours gods? That is correct. The real life Boio plushie. Recently, I've been working with Mr. Beast himself, totally not a Chinese company, to manufacture the perfect YouTuber plushie. Sales are running rampant. Stock is running out quickly. So if you want to pick one up yourself, I'd recommend to click the link in the description before it's too late. If you want to support me, thank you for listening. Continuing with the video. While in the dungeon, I actually decided to also fight Poltergeist, just because, you know, 2 in 1, and I thought we were definitely powerful enough to defeat him. So to my surprise, we actually managed to take out the Poltergeist, and then once I came back to spawn, I started myself a pumpkin moon so we can get ourselves some nightmare fuel. Once I finished the pumpkin moon event, I crafted myself a full set of blood flare armor, and then went on the hunt to craft Halley's Inferno, which was the flamethrower that is recommended for taking out the Devourer of Gods. I'm not gonna say anything, but like, you guys need to wait until I use this weapon. This is absolutely crazy, and is actually like one of the only 3 flamethrowers, that was very powerful because, you know, it was like by the Calamity devs and it's like balanced, but whatever. I went in the Abyss to get myself a bunch of funky resources, and what I mean by funky resources is like all the various stuff that spawns in the Abyss, like the Luminal or whatever, right? That cool stuff. Yeah, I needed all of that to craft the Halley's Inferno. Anyways, I needed more nightmare fuel, so I refought the Pumpkin Moon. I refought Poltergeist. We managed to get his flamethrower. That was pretty cool. It shot backwards and it was kind of stupid. And then I crafted Halley's Inferno, making us 100% ready to fight the Devourer of Gods. If the Devourer of Gods is your favorite boss, consider subscribing to the channel to show the Calamity Big Worm some big love. Anyways, I summoned him in and was ready to witness his full glory. You know, the little one spawns in first, and you damage his body, you damage his tail, up until you get him down to half HP, in which he gets mad, and I mean furious, as he teleports from a different dimension, crawls into your world, and becomes like twice as massive. His AI becomes absolutely brutal, and he will one-shot you with his head on any harder difficulty than Boio plays on. He does his funky square attack where you have to dodge like the projectiles, and you know, as being the man, the myth, the Boio himself, I absolutely get damaged in each and every single one of those. But with the very powerful Halley's Inferno, which I don't even know if this should be a flamethrower, I mean like technically it's a flamethrower, we managed to take out the Devourer of Gods on our very first try. See, I'm not too bad at the game, right? Do not look at my buff stack. I totally do not have like every single buff in the game, but yeah, we managed to defeat the Devourer of Gods, and now we can move to the bird Yharon. I hate Yharon. I defeated the Devourer of Gods once again because I needed to get myself more special materials, and what I mean by special materials is more Cosmolite bars. Using the Cosmolite bars, I crafted myself the Cleansing Blaze, which was a brand new flamethrower post Devourer of Gods. So technically it's better than the Halley's Inferno, but we'll see how it stacks up against Yharon. Anyways, I fought the Frost Moon in order to get myself a bunch of endothermic energy, killed the Devourer of Gods one more time, and crafted myself full God Slayer armor, making me the most feared opponent coming to fight the big red bird. I went over to the jungle, summoned in Yharon. Okay, no, I'm kidding, it's Yharon. I summoned in Yharon and we died. Yeah, but I did get pretty close. I mean, but it is kind of expected I'd die. I came back and summoned him in again, and this time I put a little bit more effort, but to my surprise, I still died. For the final time, I came back to the jungle, and this time we managed to die again. I came to the jungle one last time, and this time we actually defeated him, giving us Drew's wings so we could finally upgrade our boots, get ourselves better armor, and, you know, prepare for Supreme Calamitas, because ain't nobody fighting mechs. Who do you think I am? Anyways, now I went to go mine for some auric ore. I crafted myself a full set of auric Tesla armor, becoming a demigod. I got myself the summon for Supreme Calamitas, right? I got the funky eye. I got myself like literally all the best accessories, and well, after everything was set up, I put down the altar, summoned in Supreme Calamitas herself, and using the power of all of our combined flamethrowers, we challenged Supreme Calamitas. Of course, me being the best player in the world, I died on my first try. But hey, come on, first try is not always the best. I then also managed to fight the Empress of Light, literally by accident. It just kind of like came to me. I don't know why. But then we fought Supreme Calamitas again. I died once more, and then I fought her for the third and final time. During the boss fight with Calamity, I managed to get myself a flamethrower. I genuinely do not know how I got it, but it was called the Repentance. I don't know whether it was dropped from, you know, while I was fighting the brothers of Calamity. So I genuinely do not, I'm searching everywhere on the internet. I do not know where I got this flamethrower from, but it was kind of a saving grace because the other flamethrower was absolutely garbage. Anyways, we managed to get through the first phase of Supreme Calamitas, you know, taking out the little squirms in the corners. That was pretty easy with our new flamethrower. We took out the brothers once again. We dodged all of her incoming skulls, and then we took out Supreme Calamitas for good. Totaling 310 defense at the very end of the boss fight, and a brand new super cool flamethrower. I think this was a massive success. Thank you for watching the video. Consider checking out another one like this on screen. Follow my socials. Drop a like on the video if you enjoyed it. This has been Boio. Peace out.